Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Here's Eddie Frederick.
So glad you can join us. Trinidad and Tobago's efforts to reopen schools on Monday, 4th October could be hampered by an online blackout if teachers carry out their threat. This story takes the lead in today's edition of Caribbean Perspective for Friday, 1st October 2021. Details when we return.
Did you know that your friends and family can now shop at the food fair from anywhere in the world and you can receive here in Grenada? The food fair and GrenadaMarket.com now make it possible through secure online shopping and personalized customer service. Simply send your loved ones a list of your preferred items or let them fill an online basket and the items will be available for pickup or delivery. Visit GrenadaMarket.com or thefoodfair.gd today for more details. The new norm. Spread the news.
Welcome back. A 2-day shutdown of virtual classes has been deliberated as early as Thursday, as teachers seek to voice their dissent with the intended resumption of physical classes and what their union says is a continued lack of consultation. Urvashi Tawari Rupnarayan of TV6 News reports.
It's being dubbed Operation Blackout. This video, featuring President of the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association, Antonio De Freitas, gives you an idea of what is being deliberated by teachers across the two islands. Tutor has repeatedly called the nation's attention to what it says is a lack of consultation on the resumption of physical classes, which require teachers to turn up at the school's compound, vaccinated or not, to conduct their online or physical classes. Another video released shortly after features some moot points between the ministry and the association, but teachers speaking to us off record say they plan to not conduct any virtual classes on Thursday and Friday, and further they plan to defy the ministry's directives for their return to physical work come Monday, October 4th. When contacted, Antonia Tika De Freitas questioned what blackout we were referencing. She would only say that tutors' concerns are expressed in their September 21st statement on the reopening, and their concerns remain. The statement said a media release does not constitute instructions to teachers. Tutor asked for written instructions on the reopening. They pointed out the logistical nightmare of conducting online and physical classes, the inequality faced by students affected by the pandemic, and they suggested only Forms 5 and 6 ought to return physically. Meanwhile, some parents of unvaccinated students attending senior classes at Fatima College are upset over a decision taken by the school to suspend Zoom classes and instead reach their unvaccinated children at home via notes, assignments, tests, and correspondence on Google Classroom. When contacted, the school's principal, Father Gregory, says the situation is not ideal, and where they would love to do virtual classes for those at home, it is simply not practical to run it concurrently with physical classes, and high-speed internet and timetabling considerations do not allow separate virtual connection. He says, quote, "I want to make it absolutely clear we are not abandoning our students. They will be taught and tested. They will get assignments. They can message their teachers online. This is not a punishment as some are making it out to be. We remain committed to the students," unquote. Making arrangements for Monday, he explains, involves figuring out how a teacher moves from a physical class to a block of the building which has good Wi-Fi, down to ensuring not too many online classes are conducted at the same time. He tells us, quote, "Virtual classes fill the void when there was nothing better, but education is not all academics. Co-curricular classes are integral to school life. We have to get back out at some point," end quote. Classes for Forms 1 through 3 remain virtual as before, and of the 60-odd teachers at the school, over 50, Father says, are vaccinated. These challenges, Father Gregory says, are not exclusive to his school. Urvashi Tawari Rupnarayan, TV6 News.
A blackout by some teachers online on Thursday, attached to the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association, is set to take place 4 days before World Teachers' Day on Tuesday. More from TV6's Elizabeth Williams.
While Tutor Tobago officer Braden Roberts did not confirm or deny the blackout, TV6 News has been reliably informed that a number of Tobago teachers would not be logging on tomorrow. Tutor Tobago officer Braden Roberts did, however, confirm there are several issues affecting the Tobago school system, even as Forms 4, 5, and 6 vaccinated students are to report to their various schools on Monday.
My main concern with this fallout is that it has nothing really to do with enhancing education, but more so of using teachers as pawn to force schools into getting the vaccine.
Mr. Roberts said the number of students who have been vaccinated is low.
The uptake of the number of persons in that grouping is low. One of the schools, it was 17 in the whole school. So that is not even 46 or 45. Another school has 22.
Some of the other issues include labs to be functional, long-standing appointments for teachers, and timetabling in light of blended classes. At Wednesday's weekly media briefing, Education Secretary Marcelin Melville-Jack addressed some concerns.
And to date, a total of 1,917 students have received their first dose of vaccination, and 1,149 received their second doses, out of an approximated 6,000 school-age population. This uptake is way below our desired requirement.
The Education Secretary then made an appeal to parents to have their children vaccinated. Elizabeth Williams, TV6 News.
Meantime, Education Secretary Marcelin Melville-Jack views the lab issues affecting Tobago's secondary schools as minor. She insists that all labs will be ready in time for the reopening of secondary schools for some forms come Monday.
At this point in time, I'm advised of 3 schools that are awaiting eyewash and enclosures for these eyewash. And I need to say that these are already here and they will be installed in time for the reopening on Monday. So by the time they are ready for the practicals, we can assure them that those labs will be completed.
Season is now upon us, so we as Caribbean people need to remember to think safety and be prepared. Avoid venturing outside during a storm or hurricane, especially if there are strong winds. Rooftops and other debris are often blown about and can cause great damage.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Barbados and other CARICOM countries could soon be trading with each other in their own currencies instead of US dollars. Prime Minister Mia Mottley and President of the African Export and Import Bank, Professor Dr. Benedict Orama, placed that plan on the agenda as they seek to secure closer trade and investment links between CARICOM and the African Union. More in this Barbados Today news item.
On Wednesday, Prime Minister Mottley signed a memorandum of understanding with the bank as she started the deepening of trade and investment cooperation between the two blocs.
We heard you explain to us very clearly your success in being able to facilitate trade within Africa in local currency rather than seeking to find valuable hard currency to facilitate trade. And we certainly want to work with you and to learn how best, because we have maintained for some time that even though the CARICOM multilateral clearing facility failed 30 years ago, that there is no reason for it to fail today if we plan it out properly and can work out what the commitments and the opportunities are. Our biggest trading partner in Barbados is in fact with Trinidad. And Trinidad, my friends, why should we be paying for goods in Trinidad in hard currency of US dollars and vice versa? So we need to be able to see how best we can work together and leverage that. You spoke.
The bank's president said the MOU was the beginning of the process of turning ideas into action.
It is an honor to be here
and to have signed this evening this memorandum of understanding that sets out the vision we had discussed in the past 2 days on how to promote the trade and investment flows between Africa and the Caribbean. I think that today we began the process of concretizing the aspirations our leadership have for the relationship between these two regions.
A teenaged boy is among the COVID-19 related deaths recorded in Guyana. More from Gordon Mosley of News Source Guyana.
A 17-year-old boy from Region 3 is among 5 additional coronavirus-related deaths recorded by the Ministry of Health. 2 other young persons, a 28-year-old man from Region 4 and a 33-year-old man from Region 3, are also among the latest fatalities. The Ministry of Health did not indicate whether the latest COVID victims had underlying conditions, but it was made clear that they were all unvaccinated. Health officials continue to warn about the increased spread of the virus and its deadly attack on younger persons, especially those who are unvaccinated. According to the Ministry of Health, more than 95% of the persons who have died from the virus were unvaccinated. The number of new cases is also causing a headache for health workers tonight. Over 6,000 new COVID-19 cases were recorded so far this month, making September the month with the widest spread and the biggest increase in new cases since the first case was recorded in Guyana in March of 2020. September has also become the deadliest month for the pandemic, with 158 deaths recorded so far since the start of the month. The death toll in the country now stands at 783. There are over 4,000 active cases of the virus, with every region recording new cases almost daily.
Hubbard's big promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carrier Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenlec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
I am Eddie Frederick, wishing you a restful weekend. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean. In the meantime, please continue to log on to CaribbeanPerspective.com for more daily news and more.